For more on how technology is changing medicine, we're joined by Jadon Johnson. He is the founder of Next Gen Creators, which helps create opportunities in the technology industry for youth in the Caribbean. So, Jadon, during the pandemic, we've heard so much about science, the science behind the virus and the vaccines, but what about technology? How has technology helped in the fight against COVID-19?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think technology has played such a critical role in it. I was fortunate to be a part of a project called Open Source Medical Supplies, and that saw makers, creators, engineers, medical professionals across the world coming together and producing supplies. Uh, we've seen countries like China that has utilized technology in doing things like contract tracing, advancing areas such as telehealth and supply chain technology. At the backbone of everything we've seen with COVID, technology has played a massive role in helping us to flatten the curve.
Well, we've seen AI and robotics used in the medical field in China, like in surgery. So it seems like it's pretty mainstream. Talk to us more about 5G's impact in hospitals, clinics, and other areas of medicine.
Yeah, so I think a very important thing to understand is that, 5G represents this paradigm shift in terms of our ability to process information at a higher rate of connectivity and having a more seamless user experience. So in places like medical facilities, this allows us to have doctors do surgeries remotely and have that happen in real time without them being in like the physical space with a patient who might be infected with COVID. And then even things like 5G thermal imaging, which supports contagion monitoring and allows us to accurately spot someone's temperature using this technology.
What is the potential then for technologies like AI, VR, and AR in the medical field? What are you watching for, and what will this look like for the average patient in the future?
Yeah, as we shift to a more connected society, we're getting to a place where your healthcare data will live with you, and it's going to be way easier for you to, let's say, show your doctor, your family physician, your medical history. And even with the application of tools like artificial intelligence, that data will now help us to have a more predictive sense of what might happen to you in the future with your healthcare. So it's pretty significant, and even as we've heard about hospitals using things like VR, it's going to change our ability and the way we experience healthcare in the future. And it's happening today.
Yeah, we might see faster diagnoses. The information's right there, gets to the doctors immediately. As we've seen in this
Yeah.
pandemic, telemedicine visits are more common. We're talking to our doctors over Zoom. Is that here to stay? What else did the pandemic revolutionize?
That is definitely here to stay. Come on, if we don't have to hop into our cars anymore, going through these long processes, this is COVID has essentially pushed us so far in advance with how we are adapting technology in the medical space that has been quite old and archaic for some time. And I think for regular everyday patients, having access to this healthcare information and data, and you being the custodian of that data, is going to just transform our ability to provide care and our ability to experience and interact with our physicians.
I know, I think my family's done all telemedicine visits in the past 9 months. Jadon Johnson, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.